G'day guys, how's it going? I am very sorry about the delay tonight, but we are good to go. So thank you so much for the quick fill. And I think we've got a few new guys, or I should say a few new people in the break tonight, so welcome to all newcomers. I just want to make sure that everything's working properly. It looks good when I'm watching it on replay, so let's kick this bad boy off. If you are new, just to give you a bit of a rundown of the setup, you've got the second camera in the top right hand side, so you'll be able to see the box at all time. And on the right hand side there, we've also got the running list of who's in the break. So yeah, everything's looking good. So yeah, thank you so much for the quick fill. Break schedule for the rest of the week. WNBA is going to be dropped tomorrow. And then I want to do Onyx because I've just sort of been sitting on these Onyx boxes and haven't done a lot with them. But in terms of sort of a cheap rip, looking for some autos, I need to go through the checklist. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Giannis is in there. Halliburton is definitely in there. And it's also got all sports. So what I was thinking about doing was, it's 7 cards. Hey Richard, what's going on, big fella? I was thinking about doing it like, say, 7 spots and then a live draft. So then everyone gets a card. And also too, that sort of takes out all that complications with the multi-sport. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. And then after that, I'm actually not too sure what I'm going to do. I got some Chronicles hobby on hand. We could do a little bit of that. Alrighty, prime time is LA Clippers. That's for Jono Hardy. So congratulations, Jono. I don't even need to look at the list, mate, for that one. I know that you always get Clippers. So Richard, how are you, mate? What has been going on? Did they have a hobby hangout or hobby hangout derivative in Tassie? Sorry about that. I'll just fix the zoom. So it doesn't go in and out like that anymore. Actually, all jokes aside, Richard, I bought a 93-94 box of hoops for myself recently. I collected Series 2, and then I bought a box of Series 1, so I can't wait to get my hands on that and just rip that bad boy. That was like the packs I used to buy when I was a kid, so I'm really looking forward to that. So did anyone watch the recent Brooklyn game? Sorry, the recent Philly game with Harden? It was super interesting to see that play out because I think Harden Embiid is going to be a seriously good 1-2 punch. I think how successful it was, Richard, there's no reason they shouldn't be doing it in every state. Like, I would say Melbourne was wildly successful. And, I'm sure if they did it on a smaller scale in Tassie, it would just be, as successful. Like, it was just... I would also say, too, the vibe. I'm really missing the... Alrighty. OKC. Little bit of numbered action. 82 of 199. That's going to Timmy Dalton and the OKC Thunder. Richard, I'm assuming you're talking about the Embiid Harden combo is going to be scary. Yeah, I think they're going to be awesome. And the thing that I really came away with was those 2 things. I'd forgotten how good of a transition team Philly could be in spurts. And Harden was just, getting just them easy buckets and quick buckets, obviously. And also, too, just how easy they just played together straight off the bat. Like, that to me was super interesting. Like, I think after, say, 20 games or so, they're just going to be manufacturing points, that team, just easily. Alrighty, Giannis on the City Edition. That's going to the Bucks. Bucks is going to Damo. And Duarte is going to the Pacers. It's going to Damian Logan. Welcome, Damian. I'm pretty sure you're new to the breaks. So new guys to the breaks, how the stash and postage situation works is I stash all of your cards by default. And when you want a mail day, you just send me a PM. Just shoot me your address and whether you want it registered or unregistered. And it's basically either $4 or $9.50 because I just do satchels now. If it's, say, 2 cards and you want it into an envelope and you want a tracking sticker put onto it, I can do that too. I've got a couple of those sitting in the cupboard. But for anything now that's, of value, I actually reckon it's way better just putting it into a satchel because you can put it into a box, wrapped up with bubble wrap, or you can wrap it up in bubble wrap and, put some cardboard around it. And then you just chuck it into the satchel bag. The only time I've ever had cards damaged is when I put them into an envelope. And they were well packed, but it went through the roller and the cards got flexed. So I'm this is just my personal opinion, but I think that's definitely the best way to post them out. So yeah, just send me a message, guys. Like I said, they get stashed by default. So, and I think the other thing to talk about too is Elite. I'm just hearing so much rumbling in the sort of hobby circles about Elite at the moment, and I think I'm getting swept up into the 2 Ziaire Williams in a row. That is going to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies is Gary. And Gary, it was lovely to meet you the other day at the Hobby Hangout, mate. Thank you so much for coming up to me and saying hi because, I appreciated everyone that came up and said hi to me, to be honest. Like, it's just lovely to meet all you guys. So, yeah, I'm definitely getting caught up in it. I think, every now and again they sort of release this product that is just super delicious, and I think they've absolutely nailed Elite. So I can't wait to get hold of that. LaMelo Ball on the Prime Twine. That's the base. We had the Holo before. And Franz Wagner, who should have been in the dunk comp. Why wasn't Wagner in the dunk comp? That guy's just been dunking on fools. Him and Embiid would have been awesome. Samuel, you haven't missed much at all, mate. I'll do a recap anyway, mate. I'll recap every rookie and every insert. Yeah, past and present looks awesome, doesn't it, Richard? Like, they've just... Yeah, every now and again they just absolutely nail stuff, and they've just done it again. So, Keon Johnson and Cam Thomas, that's going to the Nets. Nets is Tin. Tin, I'm actually surprised you jumped in this, mate. I kind of feel like you've sort of gone with the ultra high-end big boys. So thank you for jumping into my hoops break, mate. Like, I'm honored that you've come in. Alrighty, now playing Moses Moody. Let's go into the Warriors. And again, Thunder hitting again. That is again going to Timmy D. You are welcome, Samuel. How are you, big fella? Are you enjoying your time off? That's what I should be asking you. DeRozan, who's been absolutely destroying it this year. And High Voltage. That is going to the Lake Show. Lakers is Chris. Happy birthday for the other day, big fella. And Evan Mobley. It's going to D. Yeah, I'm loving Evan Mobley. I think he's going to be crazy good. And look, I'm not convinced he's going to have huge hobby value or anything like that. And I think even in terms of his like commercial appeal, I don't think he's going to be like a marketable, profitable guy. But in terms of watching someone's basketball IQ and all the crazy stuff they can do on the court, I think he's just going to be an absolute like league pass darling. So Duarte again on the insert, and Jalen Suggs going to the Magic. It's going to Mr. Michael Tuckley. So we're expecting one hit out of this box. They've cut the autos from 2 to 1 this year. I'm not super sad about that, just for the fact of like how many sort of junk autos there's been in products the last couple of years. So hopefully, with the sort of less quantity, they've increased the quality a little bit. And the Luka Jewel rookie auto is just absolutely delicious. Jalen Johnson and Kessler Edwards. Oh man, how good is a midday nap? I sometimes try and sneak in a midday nap when my kid goes down for his afternoon nap, if I haven't got too much work to do. Yeah, it's so funny, isn't it? Like when you're at work, all you want to do is come home, and then when you can't work, you just can't wait to get back. Like, you just need to somehow find this like perfect balance between, work and home. Let me know when you work that out, big fella. That'll be really handy. Alrighty, LaMelo. I think second-year LaMelos need to get treated like second-year Lukas and second-year Zions. I think that alrighty, Prime Twine, and I thought that was going to be Scotty Barnes, but that is Scotty Lewis. So the other insert, or maybe not insert, yeah, it's an insert. No, it's a parallel, isn't it? The other parallel to look at for this is the green. It's sort of like an emerald color. It's the 75th celebration. They've numbered it to 75, and they look really, really tidy too. So I think if you're going to be chasing cards on the secondary market, I think that's something you could definitely chase out of this product. I really like those cards. I think they might have a little bit of lasting value. Dominique Wilkins, who was actually on NBA TV this week on the Jamtastic. I've heard a lot of stories about he was like quite a stick man in his time, and the vibe that he gave off even on NBA TV was like, even though in his 60s, he seemed like quite a confident guy. Yeah, interesting guy. Alrighty, Ja Morant. On the green, Derek White. Sorry, on the green, that's the purple. And David Johnson for the Raptors. So we didn't talk about this. We talked about it on the podcast, but we haven't talked about this on the pod. So I think something that was, very underreported in that Spurs-Boston trade was that actually in 2028, Spurs get a pick swap with Boston, which is only protected top 1. Yeah, Hoops is good, man. Like, I know, the price of it and the resale of it and all the rest of it, but I think for what you pay for and what you get, Hoops is super good bang for your bucks. And I agree with you, man. They put a lot of effort into it to make it look right. Yeah, so if you're telling me that the Spurs going to get a number 1, or okay, let's say it's a number 5 overall pick, just for giving up Derek White, I think that is an absolute home run. Honestly. You just can't get better than that. Who picked himself first? I'm lost here. Alrighty. Looks like we've got our auto here. 6/25. Maybe not the auto we're looking for, but at the same time, bit of delicious. Nice little red checkerboard, number to 25. Congrats to Gary. JT Thor, I'm going to have to look this guy up. I have not seen a bucket load of this guy. Hopefully he turns out a nice little prospect. Alrighty, Kuminga. Again, going to the Warriors, and Moody again. So we've had 3 rookies for now for the Warriors. Domantas Sabonis. I'm going to need to watch another Kings game this week. I really liked what I saw in the first game though. So let's just do a little bit of a count on these. So the last hobby box I opened to this, we only got 1 0 gravity. So yeah, we got 1 0 gravity for the box. So these aren't, you know, super high end or anything like that. But at the same time, I don't think the print run of those is massive. Oh. I'm not surprised he picked himself first. That dude is like, he's a little bit out there. And yeah, I think that sort of goes back to that, what I was saying about that sort of ultra confidence. That guy is like, has got no end of confidence. Alrighty, Goran. So where's he been? Goran's been traded now, hasn't he? Is he in Dallas? Tommy, give it a minute, mate. We're nearly there. Where's Goran on the Spurs? I've lost track. I need to check that out. Put that on the to-do list. Alrighty, on the high court. Let's go into Damian Logan. And Kuminga again. Tommy, we do have a skunk prize in play, mate. So I'm not saying you should hope to get nothing because, you know, it's never nice to get nothing. But the team that skunks the most or the worst will get the Chronicles Blaster. I can rip that for you live, or I can send it out to you and you can flip it or you can bust it yourself. So, yeah. I actually bought them from Target in the US. And I was supposed to talk about this on the podcast the other week. I completely forgot about this. So, if you remember a while back, there was actually a guy that got assaulted in a Target car park over basketball cards, over sealed retail. And that, you know, basically not sparked, but it instigated a sort of a whole thing where they reviewed all their policies around, you know, basketball cards. And I think also too, you know, they've been having a few other problems with, you know, patrons coming and being aggressive. They're not getting, you know, the stock they want. And then staff have been coming in before, you know, their shifts start and, you know, grabbing, you know, heaps of boxes. And basically now they're selling the majority of it online. So, I mean, what that means for people like us, it means actually get access to the product. So, alrighty, Cade Cunningham. Let's go into the Pistons. Pistons is Andrew Tongma. Yeah, so that's super, you know, for me, that's very, you know, it's reassuring. It's great. And also too, with the stock limits, like I went on sort of 3 days in a row and you could still get 3 boxes, you know, 3 days in a row. So I love Mosaic. I'm like a Mosaic tragic. If you have been in my breaks previously, you know how much I love that. Yeah, I bought a heap of those, like the fatty packs. So that was really cool. Alrighty, road to the finals. If you play the 2K card collecting game, you'll be pretty familiar with those cards. Dylan Brooks, hopefully he's back soon. And what do we got here? That's nice. Alrighty, Zion Williamson on the Hypnotize. That's going to the Pels. Pels is Tommy T. Traded to Spurs and released. So who picked him up after that though? Has he gone to the Nets? That's crazy. Yeah, do you know what? Thank you for the reminder. I'd completely forgotten that. That's actually quite a dramatic turn of events, isn't it? It's not like that team needs any more sort of cheap firepower, really, is it? That team is stacked. Absolutely stacked. Alrighty, Donkey. Alrighty, another road to the finals. This one is Chris Paul. 45 of 999. How did you go out of the fat packs in Chronicles, man? Jaden Springer for Philly. I actually felt like if I chose to flip all the cards that I bought out of my mosaic, I would have been totally fine. But actually I've held on to them because I quite like the cards. But it's just a super fun rip. And I think the bang cards, they are just, that's a really cool insert. Alrighty, Kessler Edwards on the purple and Sharif Cooper, and that's the end of the break, guys. Thank you so much for jumping in. Oh, 2 boxes. Beautiful, man. That's great. Alrighty, guys, let's do a recap, and then we can go and get some shut eye. I should show you the empty box. That is an empty box. Alrighty, guys. Kessler Edwards on the purple. Sharif Cooper on the base. Donkey. Jaden Springer. Chris Paul to 999. A little bit of LBJ. Keon Johnson. Hypnotized is Zion. Cade Cunningham on the base. Book Knight. Sengun. High Court is Trae Young. Kuminga on the base. Greg Brown. Just a single one of that on the zero gravity. KD. Moses Moody. Now playing Kuminga. I actually don't know why I penny sleeved that, but that's some spicy P. Ja Morant and Derek White on the purple. And our second little pile, and then we'll go into our top loaded cards. Alrighty, high voltage is Anthony Davis, Evan Mobley, Moody again, Jeremiah Robinson, Keon Johnson, Cam Thomas, Prime Twine, LaMelo Ball, Wagner, Zaire Williams ×2, Luka Garza. Sounds a bit like gangster name, to be honest. On the City Edition is KD and Giannis, Duarte, Josh Christopher, KD on the purple, Dosanmu, Paul George on the hollow Prime Twine. When do we find out Skunk? If it's me, break that bad boy. I got to sort them out. So, to be honest, I don't think it'll be tonight. I'm sorry, Tommy. Andrew, I'm not sure, mate. David Johnson, Dominique, Zachary Levine, LaMelo, Scotty Lewis, Jalen Johnson, Kessler Edwards, and Duarte and Suggs again. I'll announce Skunk tomorrow because, yeah, I'm probably going to go and get some rest. I'll do a little bit of sorting tonight. I'll start to do some of it. I might do like the photos. But 6 of 25, JT Thor. This is probably the card of the break. 82 of 199, Josh Giddey. I'm sorry, Andrew. Breaks can be literally heartbreaking. Guys, thank you so much again for all your support. Yeah, that was a bit of delicious, Samuel. And as always, guys, you want to have a chat? Send me a DM. If you aren't aware, we do have a chat room for NBA. So if you'd like to join the chat room, please just comment below or send me a DM and we'll get you into the chat room. So have a great night, guys, and thank you for your patience. Good night.